Let's see who will win this match. Will it be Stanislav Chakarov or will it be Raul Albiol? What do you think? Do you think Raul has even the smallest chance of winning this game?
Oh, beautiful! Absolutely beautiful. Lionel Messi strikes in 22 and Stanislav Chakarov has the lead.
It's a wonderful finish from Chakarov, isn't it?
Hey fellas, how's everyone doing? Your FIFA teacher WickyBG here with another FIFA 16 tutorial for you. By the way, sorry for not uploading any FIFA 16 videos for the last 5 days I think, but I was too busy and at the moment I have a lot of exams at university. Anyway, last time I promised you that if we hit 100 likes for the previous video, the top 5 FIFA 16 formations when we're talking about the normal mode of the game, then I'm gonna upload the Ultimate Team version of it, and there you go, you did it. Incredible support, thank you so much, you're just amazing. I have no words, your support is out of this world. And today I will give you that tutorial, guys. I will give you the top 5 formations in FIFA 16 when we're talking about the Ultimate Team mode. I will give you the best player instructions, the best custom tactics, but before we move to the main part, it would be much appreciated if we hit this time, let's say 150 likes. What do you think about that, guys? It would be amazing. And also, if you're new, you can subscribe to my channel, like that you receive notifications every time when I upload something new here. If you're on PC or on your phones, there is a subscribe button, click on it, or if you're on PC or Mac, there is a notation, click here to subscribe, just click on it and nothing more. Like that you join Team Wiki. Now I don't want to waste your time anymore, let's move to the tutorial, we'll talk again after that. Enjoy, my friends. Time to talk about the best player instructions, and we will apply to all of our defenders stay back while attacking and normal interceptions. Like that our defense will be so strong and all of our defenders will stand on their original positions and won't make any risky attacking runs. With that formation we have two CDMs, and because we have no right and left backs, we will apply to them man mark, stay back while attacking and aggressive interceptions. With those settings your defense will be even stronger, but remember that using aggressive interceptions here means that we will need the players with a huge stamina for those positions, otherwise they will get tired quickly and you will be forced to change them around minute 65. We don't need to change anything about our wings and our cam, because the best possible player instructions here are actually the default ones. And about our strikers, we use for both of them getting behind, like that every time when you're attacking they will try to make as much as possible runs behind your opponent's defenders. We know the best instructions, let's move on and let's talk about the custom tactic. We're starting with the build-up play, and here on passing we use 65. Some people will say that this is a low number, but actually we don't need more speed because this is pre-attacking formation. We have two strikers, two wings and one cam, and this is the perfect number in this situation. As always 50 on passing, like that we will have a mixed style of passes and we will be able to play both for short and for long passes. And the positioning is organized, otherwise if you change this option to freeform, your defenders will start making attacking runs and this is equal to suicide. And of course about the chance creation, you know that I'm always using the same number, 75, 20, 75 and organized positioning. But still, if you're new here watching my tutorials for very first time and don't know the reason, then check the first link in the description. Last but not least, the custom tactic settings for our defense. 30 is completely enough and it's the perfect number for the pressure. We have only 3 defenders, which means that using higher numbers here would be a big risk. We'll put 80 on aggression, and like that all of our players will be more aggressive and much better at tackles. The team width is 55, we don't need a higher number here, guys, because this is pretty balanced formation. We have 2 CDMs, 2 strikers, 2 wings, and all of them are perfectly positioned on the pitch. And of course the defender line is covered. If you change this option to offside trap, you will have a huge troubles in defense, because there will be a lot of gaps between your defenders and of course therefore a lot of chances for your opponents. So remember that you must use every time the cover option for all of your custom tactics. We're starting immediately with the player instructions, and here we will apply to all of our defenders stay back while attacking and normal interceptions. With those settings they will stand on their original positions and won't make any risky attacking runs. With that formation we have 3 midfielders and we will use for all of them stay back while attacking and aggressive interceptions. Like that our defense will be even stronger, but remember that using aggressive interceptions here means that you will need midfielders with a good stamina, otherwise they will get tired quickly and you will be forced to change them around minute 60. 65. And because we're using for all of our mid stay back while attacking, we will put stay forward and get into the box for cross player instructions for our cam. With those settings here will be something like a false 9 number, and you will confuse a lot your opponent's defenders. It's time to talk about our strikers, and we will apply to both of them getting behind. With those player instructions, they will make as much as possible runs behind your opponent's defenders every time when you're attacking. And when we know the best player instructions, now let's talk about the custom tactic. 75 on speed, because as you know, I've put stay back while attacking to all of our midfielders, and therefore we will need a bit more speed for our attacks. As always, 50 on passing for a mixed style of passes, and the positioning is organized. If you put freeform here, guys, then your defenders will make runs in different directions, and it will be one big chaos. About the chance creation, you know that I'm always using the same numbers here, 75, 20, 75, but still, if you're new and watching my tutorials for first time, check the first link in the description. About our defense, we use 45 on pressure. We can afford that, guys, because we have 4 defenders and 3 midfielders in front of them with stay back while attacking player instructions on, which means that our defense will be pretty stable. 80 on aggression, you know that I like that number so much after the last patch. Like that your players will be more aggressive and much better at interceptions. The team width is 55, I'm using a bit higher number than 50 because with that formation we have no any wings, and with those settings we will make our players to be a bit more wide positioned on the pitch, and of course the defender line is covered. Like that there will not be any gaps between your defenders and they will stand on their original positions. As always, we will use stay back while attacking and normal interceptions for all of our defenders. No matter how many patches will be released by EA, this is something that you don't need to change. Otherwise, if you try some different instructions here, then your defenders will make really risky attacking runs and there will be a lot of gaps in your defense. We are moving immediately to our midfielders. If there is something bad in that formation, this is the fact that we don't have any defensive midfielders. So that's why we will use for all of our mids stay back while attacking, and not only that but also aggressive interceptions, because we will need some defensive support, guys. But remember that using aggressive interceptions here means that your players will get tired quickly, and if you don't use players with huge stamina here, then you will be forced to change them around minute 65. Now we have to talk about our left forward, right forward and our striker. Well, as you know from my previous videos, after that patch I just realized that getting behind option works even better. That's why we will use that player instructions for all of our attackers, and like that every time when you're making your attacks, all of them will try to make as much as possible runs behind your opponent's defenders. You already know the best player instructions. Now let's talk about the best custom tactic for the 4-3-2-1 formation after the patch. Of course, we're starting with the build-up play, and here on speed we will use 70. This is pretty attacking formation, you don't need more speed for your attacks. Actually, you can put here even numbers like 60 or 65. Passing is 50, and like that we will try to build our attacks with a mixed passing style. For example, if you put here 80, then you will be forced to play only for long passes. Therefore, if you put numbers like 20, you will have to play only for short passes. That's why I'm always searching for the balance, and 50 is the perfect number here. Positioning is organized, because using freeform here means that your defenders will make stupid runs all over the pitch, and I'm sure you don't want to see that. I don't need to talk about the chance creation. All of you, my dear subscribers, know that I'm always using the same numbers here, 75, 20, 75 and organized positioning. But still, if you're new here and watching my FIFA tutorials for very first time, then check the first link in the description and then you will see the reason. And last but not least, the custom tactic settings for our defense. We will put 35 on pressure. We don't have any defensive midfielders, that's why we cannot afford to use higher numbers here. Of course, 80 on aggression, you know how much I like that number after the patch, and using those settings means that your players will make their best tackles, and also they will be much more aggressive. Normally for the team width I'm using numbers between 50 and 60, With that formation, guys, you have no any wings, so once again I'm just searching for the balance, and using 55 here will make your players perfectly positioned on the pitch and the defender line is covered. Never, I repeat, never use the offside trap option here, because if you do that, then there will be a lot of troubles for you and many chances for your opponents, and they will easily create one-on-one chances with your goalkeeper. As always, we will use step back while attacking and normal interceptions for all of our defenders. Like that, they will stand on their original positions, won't make any risky attacking runs, and there will not be any gaps between them. With that formation, we have only one central defensive midfielder, so we will put here good passing line, stay back while attacking and aggressive interceptions. With those settings, he will try to help as much as possible to your defenders, and sometimes when you check the radar, it will look like you're playing with 5 defenders. It's pretty awesome, but remember that with those player instructions, you need a CDM with huge stamina, otherwise you will be forced to change him around minute 65. With the 4-1-2-1-2 formation, we don't need to change anything about our 2 wings player instructions, so just leave the default settings. About our central attacking midfielder, here we will use the get into the box for cross player instruction, and like that, every time when you are attacking, he will run into the penalty box of your opponent, and it will be so hard for him to stop you. We have 2 strikers and we will use for both of them getting behind, and when you apply those instructions, your opponent will have big troubles and he will be so confused. First, because he will need to find a way not only to stop your 2 strikers, but also he will need to think how to stop your cam, because he will try to make as much as possible runs as well. Now, when we're ready with the player instructions, let's move on to the best possible custom tactic. We're starting with the build-up play and we'll use 67 on speed. Believe me, you don't need higher numbers here, because you have 2 wings, 1 cam and 2 strikers, and this looks pretty attacking and dangerous. 50 on passing, and with those settings we will try to play with mixed passes, which means that you can use sometimes short passes, sometimes long passes, and you won't be forced to play only for short passes, for example. Of course, the positioning is organized, otherwise your defenders will make pretty stupid runs all over the pitch and you will have big problems when your opponent is attacking. You know that on chance creation I'm using always the same numbers, but still, if you're new on my channel and if you're watching my tutorials for first time and don't know the reason, then check the first link in the description. Now it's time to talk about our custom tactics for the defense. Here we will put 30 on pressure, and we're using a bit lower numbers here because we have only 1 CDM, and like that your defense will be much better. Of course, 80 on aggression, like that our players will make much better tackles and they will be more aggressive at all. We will use 60 on team width, because this formation looks a bit narrow, guys, and like that your players will be positioned more balanced on the pitch. 55 here should be fine as well, and the defender line is covered. If you use here the offside trap, your defenders will leave big gaps and your opponents will have many chances to create one-on-one situations with your goalkeeper. When you're playing the Ultimate Team mode of FIFA 16, as you can see on the screen, you will find that formation is 4-1-2-1-2. But when you're playing the normal mode, it will be a bit different, guys, because there you will find it as 4-4-2 diamond. It's time to talk about the player instructions. We will use stay back while attacking and normal interceptions for all of our defenders. Like that, they will stand on their original positions, won't make any risky attacking runs, and therefore your defense will be so strong. With that formation we have 1 central defensive midfielder and we will use stay back while attacking, aggressive interceptions, and 1 new option, the man mark player instruction. You know that normally I'm using cut passing lines for the CDMs, but guys, after playing some games with the man mark after that patch, I just realized that it works, and it works really well. When you use it, your CDM will mark one of your opponent's strikers, and like that he will be always close to your defenders and he will help them a lot. About our left midfielder, right midfielder and the central attacking midfielder, we won't change anything and we will just leave the default player instructions here. And last but not least, our strikers. We will change here only the attacking runs and we will put to both of them getting behind. Thanks to that player instruction, every time when you're attacking, they will make as much as possible runs behind your opponent's defenders, which means that you have many options for your attacks, and at the same time you will make a lot of troubles for your opponent's defenders. We're done with the player instructions and now it's time to talk about the best possible custom tactic for the second variation of the 4-1-2-1-2 formation after the last patch. And we're starting with the speed. As you remember, before the patch I have used less speed, guys, but now after playing couple of games with that formation after that patch, I saw that for some reason my players are moving pretty slow when I'm building my attacks, so that's why we will increase the speed and now we will use 75. As always, 50 on passing. You know that I like to play with a mixed style of passes. I am not a fan of playing only for short passes or only for long passes, and of course the positioning is organized like that your defenders will stand on their original positions and won't make any attacking runs. This option is the perfect combination with the stay back while attacking player instruction. About the chance creation, you know my opinion about the settings here, and also you know that I'm using the same numbers from the beginning of FIFA 16, but still, if you're new here, watching my FIFA 16 tutorials for first time and don't know the reason, then make sure to check the first link in the description. I have explained everything there, and probably the most important settings, yes, I'm talking about the custom tactic settings for our defense. On pressure we will put 33 because this is the number between the low and medium pressure, which means that your defenders will not stand so close to your goalkeeper nor too far, and this is perfect. 80 on aggression, here we're using the same numbers as those before the patch. Like that your players will be much more aggressive and they will make better tackles, but remember that with those settings some of your players, especially the midfielders, will get tired quickly, so it will be good to have players with huge stamina on those positions, otherwise you will be forced to change them around minute 65. The team width is 55, I'm using a bit higher numbers than the normal 50 because with that formation your players are positioned pretty narrow on the pitch, and when you put 55 the positioning will be much more balanced. And of course the defender line is covered, otherwise if you try the offside trap option here you will make the biggest mistake, because guys, I will be honest with you, the offside trap sucks, it's so bad, there are a lot of gaps between your defenders, so just use the cover option here. That was today's FIFA 16 video, guys. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Just share your opinion with me, write your comments down below. Also, by the way, what would you like to watch in the next video? Maybe some FIFA 16 gameplay tutorial, formation review, team review, or something else? The choice is yours. Just write your comments down below and I will read and reply to all of them as always. You know that I'm always listening to you. For latest updates about me you can follow me on Twitter, you can like my page on Facebook, I am also on Instagram, all links are in the description. My name is Tas, it was big pleasure to make another FIFA 16 tutorial for you, my friends. Like, subscribe, because Team Wiki is waiting for you. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you, FIFA teacher WickyBG here, and welcome to my channel. Today I have something different for you, something interesting. I'm gonna show the top 5 formations since FIFA 16 this year.